Yes. It's steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
I am Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht. Again, I am Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht.
That's right, it is Yacht Rock Wednesday. And on this day I like to feature adult contemporary hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and they are normally of a Caucasian persuasion. Now before I get started,
you know what really grinds my gears?
What really grinds my gears is like I start work today and I take one phone call and the person's like extremely rude and short-tempered. And then the second call comes in and the person is extremely rude and short-tempered. So I had to ask Alexa, and I can say that because Alexa's in the other room. I had to ask Alexa, when's the next full moon? And you know what she said? She said it was today. And I was like, I'm not surprised because people were just off the chain. And you know, there are people that are like this even if there isn't a full moon. And those are the ones that get to me because you're just rude to everybody. And the person, one of the people I spoke to today just clearly stated that they don't trust anybody. And she was rude as well as dismissive. And when I was like, ma'am, you don't need to yell. She's like, I'm not yelling, I just talk loud.
Call 911 now!
That's yelling. That's yelling to me. And that's probably one of the reasons why I've lived alone so much of my lifetime. You know, I've had relationships, but I try to avoid yelling. I had a lot of that when I was growing up, and as I got older, I was like, you know what? I don't have to have that in my life. I don't have to have yelling and screaming. And, you know, there might have been times in my relationships where there might have been yelling and screaming, but they are very few and far between. Because you know what? If you're in that situation, sometimes you just need to take yourself out of it.
Oh, okay.
And so when this person kept going on and on and on, it was like, you know what, ma'am? And you turn on the charm and you just keep smiling, and then that makes them more upset. It's not on purpose, or maybe it is, but all you can do is try to be the best person that you can be. Just be better, people. Just be nicer.
That when someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you don't stoop to their level. No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high.
Because now if I start to get nice, they get even more angry. And it's like, my voice is so soothing and soft. You know this, you watch my videos. My voice is so soothing and soft. How could you yell at me? You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So, the first song that I'm going to do is from 1972, and it is Jim Croce's Time in a Bottle. Now let me read this correctly. It says Time in a Bottle is a song by singer-songwriter Jim Croce. He wrote the lyrics after his wife Ingrid told him she was pregnant in December of 1970. It appeared on Croce's 1972 debut album, You Don't Mess Around with Jim, and was featured in the 1973 ABC made-for-television movie She Lives. After he was killed in a plane crash in September of 1973, which that means we're coming up on the 50th anniversary of him passing away in a plane crash. But after he was killed in a plane crash in September 1973, the song was aired frequently on radio and demand for the single release built. The single Time in a Bottle became Croce's second and final track to reach #1 in the United States. Now, I love me some Jim Croce. I love him when he's doing his love songs. I love him when he's doing songs like You Don't Mess Around with Jim and Bad Bad Leroy Brown. Those are great grooving songs. But some of his softer songs, like I Got a Name and This Time in a Bottle, and there's some other ones, they're just great songs, and he has a great voice. So let's take a look at what this song did on the charts. And Blammo, it went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 1 on the Billboard Easy Listening, number 1 on the US Cashbox Top 100, number 60 in the Australian Top 100 Singles, number 1 on the Canadian RPM Top Singles, and number 1 on the Canadian RPM Adult Contemporary. So I can understand how it became a number 1 song after he passed away. But the song, I think it's because people, with the song being melancholy, have a kind of a connection to Jim Croce that's on another level, because that normally happens after somebody passes away, kind of like John Lennon's Woman or Imagine, or any of the songs that they re-released after he passed away. Michael Jackson, perfect example. Everybody went into his catalog after he died, and some of the other songs like Earth Song and She's Out of My Life or whatever, re-enters the charts, and that's great. So the other thing that I wanted to say is that this song was actually featured in a couple of things, but the one that people might notice more is that it was featured in X-Men Days of Future Past.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do.
So, if you like videos like this and others on my channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing at least some videos each and every week. So, without any further ado, here is Jim Croce and Time in a Bottle.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time with. If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that had never come true, the box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time with.
Okay, so that was Time in a Bottle. I have a feeling that was French, and I don't get it. There's a lot of stuff that French people do that I just don't get. I think there's like an existential, whatever that word, you know what I'm trying to say. I feel that there was that type of meaning, and only a couple of parts did I actually think that the music was going with the video. But it comes from his official website, so I don't know. But the song still is good. It's very sentimental. It's very sweet. It's very loving. It's very touching. It's all those words that you can think of, all those adjectives. It's a great song. It's a great song. And the fact that I think there's a mandolin, I think there's a harpsichord, and then there's another guitar, and the way it's mixed in, it's like the two of the instruments are like in one ear and the other one is in the other ear. So it's mixed very well. But I do like the song. So if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. But first and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.